Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Kind of been fighting a cold and 2 sore teeth, and yeah. So yesterday and part of today has kind of been so-so. But over here, remember old Rusty? Rusty hasn't been forgotten about. Rusty is now a turning over motor. I tried something different. I can't talk today, so forgive me. It's been all those days. Had that running yesterday, warming up in the shop, and I got thinking, a little heat. So I put that motor right there and let that thing heat up to the touch to where I could not touch it with my bare hand. When it was that warm, I sprayed cylinder number 1 with some PV Blaster. Let it soak. It cooled off, and it is now spinning over, so we can finish disassembling that and see what we got to work with. So a little heater, and that one night on the live show, I don't know what its malfunction was, but it's worked perfect ever since. We got the 383 over there. Videos are coming on that. Thought I was done, but there's more to be done to that now. And then this 383 and this little 355, which is a little flat top 355 for an old Camaro that's going in. And here's the setup. There's the pistons. So these are going in there with a brand new Eagle 5.7 rod. Yeah, I know. They look brand new. They're brand new, but they got little spots of surface rust, but there's nothing we can do about it. Ain't going to hurt anything. So, I didn't pick up the camera because I was just bleh. Anyway, got the cam bearings drove in. They look good. Got the rear seal set now. So, yeah, I'm going to get the main bearings, and we're going to set the crankshaft here in a little bit. So, and since this one's not a race prepped motor, I left the steel, well, it's got the steel cup in there, and it's going to be the 3 steel cups driven in and staked like normal. So, I mean, this one's just a nice little cruising motor. So, yeah, that's dirt motor's back. 80 overs there. I mean, and that cart's been a blessing to have. So, yeah, we got lots of things going on here. And our 406 sitting there. So, anyway, I'm starting to plug up talking, so I'm going to get to work, bring you back, and show you what I got. Okay, I know a few of you are asking for a step-by-step build. Well, that's coming up. This is just another short block that's getting put together, and I'm trying out my new aluminum rod protector. So one thing I usually do before I forget it, the bearing clearances are checking out good on this motor. So we're proceeding with it. I always put the lube on the bearing so I don't forget it. And verify driver's side on the old school motors. The tang goes out, and if you got a dot or whatever at the front of the piston, that goes towards the front of the motor. So, and if you notice, I just pulled the ring out. Well, what I done is verified the ring gaps on these and leave them in the cylinders. And then I come over to here, and these are marked. Well, the second ring is marked. It says top on it, but it's not. Doesn't mean it's for the top. It was in the second ring package. Because there's a bevel edge to help scrape the oil back into the motor, and this is the. Doing it on camera. Sometimes it goes right, and sometimes it don't. You don't ever want to twist your rings onto your pistons. You want to but you don't want to overexpand them either. Come on. There we go. There, that one went in finally. And this is what they refer to as square cut key, square cut ring. So it doesn't make a difference which way it goes on. There's no bevel to this one, so this is just a plain square cut. And ring manufacturers, the ring manufacturers all vary. So the ring gaps are good. Okay, that's in. Now this is when it gets messy. I've got the tapered ring compressors, and I hold the second ring in one spot, and I turn the other one away from it so I know the rings are not lined up, and then put them there. Gotta lay that down for a second, because we need the good stuff. Like I said, it's time to get messy. I coat the piston and the rings. This also helps with preventing a dry start. Sometimes you build the motor and you don't get it started right away. The assembly oil that you put in evaporates or dries up or whatever, and then you got to squirt oil in the motor to get it started and all this. So verified the rings stayed where they're supposed to. Yep, they're not lined up. And this thing here is a big time saver. And just like that. Oh, that's nice. That is a lot nicer than what I've been using in the past. I know a lot of people don't have the tools I do, and I don't expect you to have the tools I do, but as I'm getting older, I'm finding that it sometimes you look out and that'll just pop right in there, but not today. So that's still free. So if you're ever doing that and all of a sudden it just boom boom and it don't move, stop, because you got a major problem. And just like that, one piston ring is in. Let's see, stick that there. So, and this is nice now with those oh, that's just so much nicer. Yeah, it's going to take a little longer to, well, see, they lined up. Good thing they're knurled. And you know, sometimes it's not about what you know, it's what you, and I'm not telling everybody to rush out and buy these things. But I'm going to like them. It's going to help me continue to do this. Because, you know, I am getting older. And, so, yeah. Okay, well, I wipe off the excess. And I go over here. Grab me a bearing half. Cap, and I'm also I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to just keep one tool for engine assembly. Yeah, I know some of you don't like the name brand, but that's how it is. And I do not impact these on, but I just run them down with this. Make sure the bearing tangs to the outside again. then these are some 12 pointed nuts, and the 383 and this one had 12 pointed nuts on them. I don't mind them, but if you ain't got a 12 point socket, you're gonna be having some issues. And then I just take, I don't even, come on, a couple of rat tats, feel, make sure the rod pulled together because these are new. And they, okay, wish I would have picked up the rod breaker, because yeah. That was the crank for the next build. So, come on, there we go. And then just roll her over and verify it's moving freely, and it's moving real nice. Not really nice, real nice. I know it doesn't make a difference, but for me, I just, it comes up the top there. Now this is just a normal 350 Chevy. It's been bored 30 over with flat top pistons. And definitely the pistons are way below the deck on this one. So, here, I'll show you guys. Yeah, oh yeah, they're way down in there, which is normal. And when some race motors, what guys do, what they do is put in the 4 pistons in each corner, then take their measurements, and then have it called what, zero decking, so there is no gap. But this is just a straight little motor. But yeah, there you go. One of its many new revelations, revs to make. So yes, that's turning over very, very nice. So that's what I do to put these together. And like I said, here pretty quick, I think the 80 over motor is going to be more of a how-to do build series. I know I've got older series of doing builds, but I want to freshen up with a new one, because like I said, I've got some newer things that makes simple. I mean, these are made by ARP, and so yeah, they're handy, very handy. And these are the 3/8 models. They have them for the 7/16. I wasn't going to get the 7/16 ones yet. I probably won't, because it seems like the 7/16 rods now are cap screws. And that's what I'm figuring out with doing these engine builds now too, everybody. It's getting to the point where all you're saving anymore from an old school motor, unless you're just going back as a refresh or anything, if you can get by with a polish on your crank, it's going to save you a lot of money. The problem is, you got a crank that needs to be turned. You're almost better off and money ahead to get a brand new crank. The problem with the brand new cranks is, and I'm not going to say which particular name brand it was or which motor it was, but one of these motors I've just put together got an aftermarket crank. Thank God we had it balanced, because for end to end it was off over 200 grams end to end. So if you do go with a new, even with a stock build like this, if you do replace it with a new aftermarket crank, I can't talk today, the $150 to have an engine balance, even though it's just a daily driver, is worth it. So yeah, so we got builds coming up, things happening. And is every build going to make the video? Probably not, because making the videos takes time, and I've got, well, I got a lot sitting here that needs to be wrapped up and finished and out of here, so we can get more room in here to keep going, to keep doing. So, and there's been some talking to me, and I might come up with my own, well, it won't be 100% my own, but some ideas that was given to me that I might build an in-house motor to loan to see what happens. So, who knows? But yeah, we got stuff coming up, and I like my new additions. I mean, that's it's funny on how little things make you make life simpler, that as you get older kind of amuse you. But anyway, I'm going to get the rest of these in. Stay tuned. Like I said, there's plenty of motor builds coming up. There's going to be plenty of noise made here. Lots of things coming up. So with that, everybody, I'm just going to give you guys a quick little video, let you know what's going on. And this motor's just going to be a short block. The 383, right? Should have just thrown it on. Yeah, that one's 383 right there. Is going to be a long, almost pretty much a long block when it leaves, because he's now getting a set of heads done. So thought we were going to break it in here, but we might be just putting it in the car and starting it. So we'll have to see what happens. So things go. Yeah. Anyway, I can't talk. Like I said, I've been taking antibiotics and pain meds and Oragel. Finally getting the teeth calmed down. So anyway, everybody, I'm going to keep working here, so stay tuned. There will be more coming, and I do have a couple of videos in queue for that 383. So since I found out there's going to be more done to that 383, after I get that, I'll get those made and get the videos made on that, edited, and get those up. So anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Stay blessed.